What's up, guys? Joe Robert here, back again with the POD Pod. It's a print-on-demand podcast from PODninjas.com. This is episode 11. We are officially making our way through the double-digit episode numbers, so super excited to have you guys here again. I've been really appreciating all of the feedback and everybody who has been saying that they enjoy listening to this podcast. I'm having a ton of fun making it. Pretty much I record all of these as I'm driving in the car, just because it's a time when I'm able to sit, obviously, because I'm driving, and record for you guys. So some of the episodes you can kind of hear that I'm driving. We have doctored the audio just a little bit, so I'm not sure how this one is going to sound. Right now I'm on the highway, so a lot of times when I'm on the highway you guys can hear the car a little bit more than if I'm not on the highway. So just that, I just wanted to clear that up because I had a few people ask. But yeah, man, so today, what do I want to talk about, right? I want to talk about a pretty simple concept that has to do with Shopify and print on demand, and something that I think a lot of people forget to do, and that is to have fun, right? Like, I think a lot of us, we have a lot of fun, right, making our Shopify store, and we have a lot of fun launching Facebook ads and, trying to grow a social media presence. Like, to a lot of us, right, like, that stuff is fun, and that's why we are drawn to it, because we want to make it our source of income, right? Because we would be able to truly, like, enjoy our income source, right? So I think a lot of people forget to have fun, and that's because they have this idea, and I keep going back to this, right? Like, I keep going back to this concept of people thinking that this is going to happen overnight, and that's really what dominates what people's mindset is all about, right? Like, they're looking to have like this quick rise to fame, make a whole bunch of sales, and then all of a sudden Shopify is their full-time job. And I want you guys to kind of slow down, right, and enjoy this. Like, you're not going to retire tomorrow off of this stuff, even if you decide. And even so, like, I've had a few conversations with some other people recently about different investments that they were going to make in their business, whether it was investing in a certain app, or investing in a theme, or investing in designs, or even investing in some sort of education, right? Like, there's a ton of online education for print on demand. I even make some of it, but even investing in stuff like that, right? Like, you're not going to retire tomorrow. And one of the things that I had to realize when I was just getting started is, like, pinching pennies when you're just getting started isn't necessarily super important, right? Like, I kind of needed to realize that just because I'm spending an extra $30 or $40 or $50 a month on a few different things, like, whether I have that money or not, it's not going to affect my living situation. And that's only if I'm taking my print on demand and my Shopify store business seriously, right? So I bring all of this up because I've had some conversations with people in my POD Ninjas Facebook group. Lots of people. Typically, when there's a lot of new members that join the group, I will make a post and I will tag all the new members in it, and I will welcome them to the group. And some of the responses that we've been getting on those posts are a lot of people that are brand new, right? Like, a lot of people that are just getting their store set up, and a lot of them are really stressed out about launching it. Like, that's typically what I see. Like, people respond and they say, like, oh, I'm launching soon. I haven't taken the password page off, and I'm just really nervous about launching. And, like, here's the thing, right? No one launches a Shopify store and all of a sudden there's a ton of people that are visiting it. So there's not really much, like, when you launch your store, like, just because you click publish doesn't mean that you're all of a sudden going to have site visitors. Like, most of you guys are going to struggle to get people on your site for a little bit, and that's completely normal. And I think people need to slow down a little bit and kind of enjoy this ride. And at most of you, if you're just starting, like, Shopify is not your income source. You probably have some other source of income, so you're not, like, in a situation where you're gonna get, or I hope you're not, but you're not in a situation where tomorrow, if you don't have $1,000, then you're gonna get evicted out of where you live. Hopefully you're not in that situation, and for most of you, you're probably not, right? So a lot of this Shopify stuff doesn't need to happen today, right? Like, you don't need to make $1,000 today, right? So kind of slow down, enjoy some of the ride, like just try to learn as much as you can. Like there's I try my best to put out a ton of information for you guys. I really want you guys to absorb it, right? Like just absorb information, take it slow, and continue to have fun with it. I remember my first Shopify store, like when I first, some of you guys I've told a little bit about this story. Maybe I'll tell the whole story someday on the podcast. But I do have like a web class where I tell my story of how I got into print on demand. But basically, I had a long story short. I'm not going to tell the whole story right now, but I had an eBay store that I was selling lots and lots of merchandise on. I was doing like 10K weeks, and it was a very, very, very lucrative little business, and I ended up losing that business, and then I had nothing, right? So I got to a point where I needed to figure something out, and I decided that I was going to go start a Shopify store. And I remember the night that I realized that that was what I was going to do, I was literally, I ended up starting a t-shirt store for the first one, but I was literally like up all night because I was so excited to just start making designs. And I remember, constantly just tossing and turning, trying to fall asleep because I was so excited. And I remember actually, using my cell phone, and I opened like the Notepad app, and I was just jotting down design ideas all night because I couldn't sleep. And I remember just being so excited the next day to go start, making these designs and starting on the store. And, that store, I didn't really make a bunch of sales on that store. But I must have gone through, 50 designs in the first, couple weeks. And I was I think I had like 5 different themes in the first month. And, I was constantly changing things, but I was having a blast doing it. And I think that's, the reason why I was able to stick it out and eventually, figure some things out and change up some things that I was doing and eventually be successful with it. And that's because I was having fun the whole time, right? Like if I wasn't having fun, I may have gotten discouraged, and then I might have given up and not continued. And I think that's where a lot of people are currently at, right? Like they're not having fun. They're frustrated that nothing is happening overnight, and then half of them are just giving up. And I see it all the time, right? Like I think I said this on a previous episode that, obviously I run the POD Ninjas Facebook group, so I see every single time someone posts in there, and we go through phases, right? Like there'll be someone that's super active, they're posting all the time, and then they're gone and they never post again. And that's because they gave up. And I think that we need to just have fun with this Shopify thing. And if you can do that, right, like you're going to be much more able, you're going to have a higher potential of being successful because you're not going to give up because you're enjoying yourself. Don't look at it like you need to be rich tomorrow. Don't look at it like you need to turn this store into, the next best thing for you. And I know it's tough, right? Like I know that you guys are I know you're probably seeing other people post screenshots and stuff like that, or maybe you've seen me post screenshots and you're like, hey, like they're making sales, like how come I can't make sales? And the truth is that none of this stuff happened overnight. None of this stuff was easy. Everybody had to really work for this stuff, and don't get frustrated if it's not happening for you, really quickly, because it's something that you're going to have to continue to try to do and work on, and make sure that you can improve. And the most important thing that I need you guys to remember is just have fun doing it. We're very fortunate that Shopify exists and that we have this awesome platform to utilize. And then, Facebook is awesome for Facebook ads and Instagram ads. And, we're very lucky, right? Like just have some fun with this. Enjoy your time in the Shopify groups, and don't be so hard on yourself, because, just the fact that you've opened up a Shopify store and you're learning how to run Facebook ads, like that's pretty cool. Like if you go up to people on the street, a lot of them probably, if you start bringing up Facebook ads, like they have no idea. They're probably, the only thing they know about Facebook ads is that, they may or may not have been involved in fixing the USA election, right? Like that's what most people's opinion of Facebook ads are. So the fact that we're using Facebook ads to showcase products that we've designed but have never touched until we never touch the products, like they get shipped automatically, like that's pretty cool. And let's just have some fun with it. Don't be so hard on yourselves. And that's really the point that's on my mind today, and that's the thing that I'm going to continue to talk about with you guys as I interact. So thank you guys for hanging out for a little bit. These podcast episodes have been relatively short. I don't want to make them super long. If you guys are still here, if you made it to the end, let me know. Like when I post this on Facebook, right? Like let me know if you guys enjoy this length or if you want them longer or even shorter. If they were super short, I could probably do an episode a day, right? Like right now we just upload Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But if you guys want them short, if you guys want them long, or if they're just good like this, let me know. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you guys later.